My rants revolve mainly around major media and politics because their vile corruption affects us all. The corruption can be traced to a few seminal instances in our history. Giving control of our money to a consortium of private bankers was a major turning point, as was declaring that money is equal to speech, and that corporations had the same rights as individuals, even if they don't have the same responsibilities. One often overlooked event was using war, which has never been about defending our country or preserving our liberties. It's always during war that we are most vulnerable to losing both. But as I was saying, using war as an instrument and an excuse to allow our government to keep secrets from we the people. No matter how noble or imperative they would have us believe that secrecy is, whenever a group of people were or are allowed to use power in secret, it will always end up being used inappropriately and ultimately at cross purposes to its originally stated intent. You give a man a gun to protect you and the ability to use it at his discretion, and if you live to tell the story, you'll not only be broke, but under his control when you tell it. Creating the CIA, the NSA, and the Federal Reserve, even the Manhattan Project, while all instigated, supposedly, to make us safer and for our benefit, have done nothing of the kind. By being allowed to operate mostly in secret, the CIA has financed covert wars in support of some truly nasty dictators by running drugs and guns. The NSA has illegally wiretapped our phones to support the political ambitions of some truly nasty politicians. The Fed has devalued the dollar so some truly nasty bankers can reap obscene profits. And the nuclear industry, they keep plying us with lies that have subjected us to the ever-increasing poisoning of our environment with the noxious byproducts of their insane agenda. Insane? Well, their two major accomplishments are bombs that should never, ever be used, and the most expensive way to boil water imaginable. That's all a nuclear power plant does, is turn water into steam to turn a turbine that generates electricity. And if you can't figure out a safer and cheaper alternative, you not only don't see the light, you don't deserve it. And for you who suggest that oversight is sufficient to deal with secrecy? Well, if it wasn't for Nancy Pelosi getting sucked into the secrecy and, in her silence, becoming complicit, not only would impeachment have remained on the table, it'd be done and over with. Darth Vader and Shrub would be well on their way to, well, I'm sure each of us has our own special desires as to where they should end up. And as for me, now, into the circle file.